channel. Yeah, out in the garage again. Okay guys, I did not find a wire like the same gauge as this brown one. So that went on the list to get different gauge rolls of wire. So that will be done later. I did find some good spades, so I put them on and removed that emissions monitor thing. So that's a good thing. Yeah, it just has a threaded nut that's welded to the fire and it just unbolted. Okay, so now we are over here this side because the camera battery, well, my phone battery is dying, so I got the battery on charge. I cleaned up the connections with this. Excuse me. I want to put a disconnect in, but it shows that it is bolted there. So what I dug out is one of these, and I took the cable off for the positive side, which that's the side I'm going to put it on. I started removing the starter solenoid. As you can see, the terminals are not clean. So I do have a brand new starter solenoid, came with the car, so that's going to go on, which that will eliminate a lot of the BS with bad connection. And then I'm going to get down on the starter and clean that connection, make sure it's good. I need to go over here to the breakers, which are behind the pump, the fuel pump, clean them up or change out the breaker or the flasher breakers, whatever the hell they are. And I like to clean up this deck, the bulkhead. So I'm going to replace the water valve, because they are known to go bad if they're seized. I don't know if that's seized. I got to check it and see. But I may replace it. Don't know just yet. Just clean this area up and put a coat of something on there, you know, to stop this rust. The battery tray has a hole in it, so I need to tend to that. They make the whole trays for this, but you got to take out these supports too, and then get in there and replace it. As you can see, there's a lip right here. I think these trays may come with it, these supports, but I'm not going to attempt it. I'm just going to try and find it, patch it, and coat it, make it, or like I said, it's not a restoration, it's a preservation. I'm just going to work on getting that out of there, the starter solenoid, and then I'll hook up the new one just so I know how everything goes. I'll maybe just take a picture of this the way it is, because I know the positive terminal, and they had both black terminals. Let's see, I'll show you. This was the positive side, both black. Why? And this ain't even original stuff. This was added on. I mean, so I'm going to get a red one. They got one bolt right here. I'm hoping there's not a nut on the bottom. then the other one is a Phillips head. Phillips head screw. Yeah, it's just a sheet metal screw. That's not original. And the other one is a Phillips head on the back, which that don't look original either, but it doesn't. It's got a washer on it. Yeah, I need to be able to move that. And it looks like it's been rounded. So I'm going to try to get my impact screwdriver put together and see if I can. I already hit it with blaster, which use blaster, some sort of catalyst. WD-40 is not a penetrant. It does not work good on rusted bolts. But let's get that tool and see what we can get that loose. With this tool, I had to put a little bit of blaster on the tool because it's old. I do have a newer one, but it's a little bit too big to get in here. To get on that. And what this does is it impacts it. Whenever you turn it the way you gotta loosen it, and then when you hit it with a dead blow or steel hammer, it shocks it and hopefully break it loose. So you make sure it's tight. Hopefully it doesn't strip it out, because if it does, I gotta pull the battery. I think it's just stripping it. Yeah, it's just stripping. Yeah, we got her out, but I had to go medieval on it. Got and one screw's still there. It's pretty crusty underneath, so that, because there's a screw right here and here. That's the one I had a hard time with. This one's stripped out also, so I bet you that's original stuff. But they must not have been able to get this one loose, that one loose a little bit, so they just put it at an angle and used a freaking wood screw to set it, keep it in place. They're slotted on both ends, so I was able to just work it like this and pull it out from under it. So, but we do have the new one. So we're gonna make sure this one is still good, and I took a picture of everything, so at least I know how it goes. And then but first we're gonna clean up this area, and I'm gonna shoot it with something, maybe some truck bed liner or rubberized undercoating. This ground is loose, so that definitely would be an issue. I want to remove this water hose and check the firewall and just remove stuff from here over. Get this unmounted so I can clean up, and we'll coat it, just so it's not going to rust anymore. Now that we got it open, we can get in there. I'm going to coat just over to here, from about here over, just to stop the rust. I think I got a can of truck bed liner, but I know I got rubberized undercoating. We'll see. I'm going to dig around and see what we got. Rubberized undercoating. Yeah, I know there's a lot of rust there. Hey, I'm not a perfectionist. I don't worry too damn bad about the way it's going to look. At least it's gonna slow it down a bit. Okay guys, I think we're at a standstill with the starter solenoid. Let me show you. This is the original. As you can see, let me put this one down. I've got upper and lower solenoid, then you have two spades, one on each side. And the new one only has one spade. So, but it has two spades up top. What is with that? Or I pulled that, well, I pulled the one off this one, so that's what it is. Okay. But this one's still good. It still worked fine. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up the spades, the terminals, and I'll probably just give this a back a wire wheeling, clean it up a bit, maybe shoot a little bit of paint. But hey, it still works. So unfortunately, we did all that for nothing until I can get a replacement for that one. That came with the car, but so yeah. All right, we got that tight. Now let's throw this battery back in. Well, maybe the cable. Maybe do it that way, I guess. Oh, so what I wanted to do is that this reaches just fine. That side. This needs cleaned up. I already cleaned the inside and the post. I'm going to shorten this. And we have a quick disconnect. But I need to put this on there so I can bolt this to it. And then that goes to the battery terminal, and you can just turn this and it kills the battery, so it won't pull or draw. So first thing first, I'm gonna mind just a little bit of slack and figure where we're going to cut that out. I'm going to get my marker so I can cut that. Okay, I got that cut. I'm not filming that. I just got a big pair of shears. What we want to do is measure how far in we need to cut back the insulation, and yes, it should fit in there. I do have other ones, so smaller. Let's try and trim this back. It should be pretty good. Oh, hey, I cleaned her up. These have been sitting around a while. You can see that it's been oxidized. I cleaned it up, and I cleaned up the inside. So now to figure out how I'm going to go about crimping this on so it will stay. I looked at the crimping tools. Yeah, 25 bucks for a freaking tool just to crimp one end. No, I ain't spending that money. So let's see what we can come up with. Okay, YouTube to the rescue. Yeah, you just take a piece of a chisel. I put a piece of wood underneath it. Shouldn't put it on top of the battery, but hey. And then you just whack it until it's seated. In the video they said you take a vise and then you crimp it this way. I just took a pair of large channel locks, squeezed it. But now I got a piece of shrink tubing we'll put over top of this, and shrink tube it, it'll seal it right up. I have a heat gun, which should take it off the wall. I'll use it, but lighter works just as good. And there we be. Okay, we got her bolted on nice and tight, and we can, guess I'll have to loosen that one up, get it to fit down on. And we'll tighten that up. Why is that turn? It's not supposed to turn. But tighten that one up too. There we be. We shouldn't have an issue with it touching the bonnet. We'll find out though, but I want to just to make sure that the cutoff is working. Okay, as you can see, we have juice here, none there. And you turn this knob and it makes the connection. So now whenever you're done driving for the day and you get home and you don't want it to draw off, just turn that knob. Well, there we go. Got a few things done. A few hours, about an hour and a half or so in the morning, I went to my doctor's appointment, found out I'm having twins. Got back, went to the parts store, got back, and fixed that starter relay, and unfortunately found out it's the wrong one, but this one still works fine. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to call the video at it right here, and then tomorrow, the next video, we're going to get into working on the back end where I left off before. Gather all my stuff I need, and I'm looking to get a new pair of rear shocks for it, and we're going to put it back together, but I got to pull those shafts out because I want to change the U-joints, and I got to finish cleaning up the shop, probably do that off camera. You don't need to watch any of that, but hey, if you made this, I thank you for hanging around, and why don't you subscribe? 94% of my viewers are not subscribed to my channel. I don't understand why. If you like this kind of stuff, subscribe and give me a big thumbs up and not the finger. Leave a comment. That's a good way for me to find your channel, and I try to reply to all my comments. But yeah, so we'll see you on the next adventure with Giant Spitfire.